She texted, "I'm staying at my best friend Steven's place for a week. Don't be insecure." I responded, "Have fun." Then I changed my apartment's Wi-Fi password and shipped her mail to her parents. When she came back the next week, expecting everything normal. I, 31 male, got the text on a Wednesday afternoon while at work. My girlfriend Natalie, 29, and I had been together for 2 years, living together for the past 10 months in my apartment. "Hey babe, Steven's going through a rough patch with his breakup. I'm gonna stay at his place for a week to help him out. Don't be insecure about it. You know, he's just my best friend. I'll be back next Thursday. Love you." Steven, her best friend from college, who coincidentally only texts her after 10 p.m. The guy who accidentally called her beautiful at her birthday party. The same dude who told me I was lucky to have her while staring at her chest. I stared at my phone for a good minute. She wasn't asking, she was telling me, and preemptively calling me insecure for any reasonable concern I might have. I typed back, "Have fun." She responded with heart emojis and "Thanks for understanding, babe. You're the best." Yeah, the best. All right, I left work early that day. Not angry exactly, more like clarity had suddenly hit me. This wasn't the first boundary she pushed. Last month, it was drinks with her ex, just to catch up. Before that, a weekend trip with her male coworker to a work conference that turned out to be optional. Each time I expressed discomfort, I was controlling or insecure or toxic. Each time I eventually caved, apologized for my trust issues, and she'd reward me with affection for a few days before the next test. But staying at another man's apartment for a week while telling me not to be insecure about it, that wasn't a boundary push. That was a boundary demolition. I got home and looked around my apartment. Her stuff was everywhere. Her skincare products colonizing my bathroom, her clothes taking up 80% of my closet. Her decorative pillows that served no purpose. Her meal prep containers filling my fridge. She'd moved in gradually. First it was a drawer, then half the closet. Then she was getting mail here, but she never got added to the lease, never contributed to rent because she was saving up. Her name wasn't on any utilities. I pulled out my laptop and got to work. First, changed the Wi-Fi password. She worked from home 3 days a week. Good luck with that. Second, set up mail forwarding. All her mail would now go to her parents' house in the suburbs. Let them wonder why their daughter's getting her credit card bills again. Third, packed up her obvious belongings, clothes, makeup, her collection of succulents that were somehow always dying. Everything went into boxes neatly labeled. I'm not a monster, just practical. Fourth, changed my streaming passwords. Netflix, Hulu, Disney+, HBO Max. She had them all, had been mooching for 2 years. Fifth, removed her as my emergency contact at work in the gym. Put my brother instead. By Thursday morning, I transformed the apartment back to how it was before Hurricane Natalie hit. Clean, minimal, mine. She texted me updates throughout the week, like everything was normal. Steven says, "Hi. Making him dinner tonight. The poor thing can barely feed himself. Lol. Watching movies on his couch. Miss you." I responded to each with variations of cool and nice. She didn't notice the difference. Too busy playing house with Steven, I guess. Update 1 Thursday came. She texted that morning. "Coming home around 6. Can't wait to see you, baby." "Steven's feeling much better," I replied. I was sitting on my couch without her throw pillows, eating Chinese takeout straight from the container when I heard her tea in the lock or trying to be in the lock. The scratching went on for about 30 seconds. Ryan, the door won't open." I walked over, opened it halfway. She was standing there with her weekend bag, looking confused and a little annoyed. "Hey, your key doesn't work," she said, trying to push past me. I didn't move. "Yeah, I had the locks changed." She laughed nervously. "What? Why did something happen?" "You moved out, so I figured I should update security." Her face went through several expressions. Confusion, annoyance, then a forced smile. "Babe, I was just helping Steven for a week. I didn't move out. You stayed at another man's apartment for a week. Sounds like moving out to me." She actually rolled her eyes. "Oh my God, are you seriously being this petty? Let me in, Ryan. I'm tired. Your stuff's in boxes by the door. Your mail now goes to your parents' house." The Wi-Fi passwords changed. "I'd appreciate if you could collect everything now." The fake smile dropped. "Are you breaking up with me? Overstaying with a friend?" "I'm establishing boundaries. You made your choice to stay with Steven. I made mine to reclaim my space. That's when the rage started. You insecure little man. Steven is gay." I actually laughed. "Steven's gay?" "The same Steven who dated Michelle for 3 years, who hit on my coworker at the Christmas party. That gay Steven?" She turned red. He's bi, but he's not interested in me." "Cool story. Your boxes are getting heavy? Need help carrying them down?" She tried pushing past me again. I stood firm. "Natalie, you're not a resident here anymore. Please take your things. I've been living here for 10 months. You can't just kick me out. You voluntarily left to stay elsewhere for a week? You're not on the lease. This is my apartment. Would you like me to call building security to help with your boxes?" She started crying, the tears that usually made me cave. "Baby, please. This is crazy. I love you. I was just helping a friend. Then Steven can help you now with moving." Her phone buzzed. She looked at it and her face went pale. "Why is my mom texting me about receiving my Nordstrom bill?" "Mail forwarding since you don't live here anymore." You forwarded my mail? Yes, to your permanent address, your parents' house. She was typing furiously on her phone, then stopped. The Wi-Fi isn't working. That's for residents only. I work from home tomorrow. Sounds like a you problem. Maybe Steven has good Wi-Fi. The next hour was a symphony of manipulation tactics. Tears. How could you do this to us? Rage. You're a pathetic, controlling psycho. Bargaining. Just let me stay tonight and we can talk tomorrow. Threats. I'll tell everyone what an insecure baby you are. Love bombing. Baby, you're the only man I've ever loved. I remained unmoved. Eventually, she called Steven. I heard her side. Can you come get me? No. Now because Ryan's being psychotic. Just come get me. 20 minutes later, Steven pulled up in his Prius. He actually had the audacity to come to my door. Bro, this is really unnecessary. Nothing happened. I looked him dead in the eye. Bro, she's your problem now. Enjoy your house guest. Natalie was dragging boxes to his car, shooting me death glares. As they loaded the last one, she came back. You're going to regret this. We were perfect together. We really weren't. You just had free rent and Wi-Fi. I was the best thing that ever happened to you. The best thing that happened to me was buying this apartment before we met in my name only. She slapped me. Not hard, but enough to sting. Steven pulled her away. Come on, Nat. He's not worth it. As they drove off, I touched my cheek and smiled. She just upgraded this from a civil separation to assault. Camera in the hallway definitely caught that. Update 2. Friday morning, the bombardment began. 62 texts from Natalie overnight. They ranged from apologetic novels to one-word insults. My favorite was, "You'll die alone with your stupid minimalist apartment." I screenshotted everything and didn't respond. Then came the call to my workplace. My boss pulled me aside. Ryan, your ex-girlfriend called, said, "There's a domestic situation and you've made her homeless." I showed him the texts, including the one where she said she was staying with Steven by choice and the slap video from my hallway camera. He winced. Yeah, we're blocking her number. You might want to consider a restraining order. By noon, her flying monkeys arrived. Her sister Melissa texted, "What did you do?" Natalie is hysterical. Me, she chose to live with Steven for a week. I chose to make it permanent over a friend. You're pathetic. Your sister told me not to be insecure while she moved in with another man. I took her advice and moved on. Then her best friend, Tara, you changed the locks while she was helping a friend in need. That's illegal. She's not on the lease. She left voluntarily. I have it in writing that she was staying with Steven. Would you like me to forward the text to you? Radio silence. After that, the real entertainment came Saturday. Natalie discovered the full extent of the streaming service situation. She tried logging into Netflix at Steven's place. Denied? Nope. HBO? Forget it. She actually created a group chat with me and Steven. Ryan, I need the streaming passwords. That's just petty. Me? Those are my accounts. Get your own. Dude, just share the passwords, dude. Just buy your own subscriptions. You've got a live-in girlfriend now. Congrats. Steven left the chat. Sunday brought a new development. Natalie's dad called me. Richard had always been cool with me, so I answered. What's going on? Natalie's mother is driving me insane. Something about mail and locks. I explained the situation calmly. The week at Steven's, the "don't be insecure" text, my response long pause. Then she stayed at another man's place for a week. Yes, sir. And told you not to be insecure about it? Correct. Another pause. You have her stuff all boxed up. She took it to Steven's. Good changer number 2. And Ryan, you dodged a bullet, son. Plot twist. I didn't see coming. Monday was when things escalated. I got home from work to find Natalie in the hallway with a locksmith. Miss, I can't just break into an apartment because you say you live here. The locksmith was saying, I've been living here for 10 months, she screeched. I approached calmly. Is there a problem? The locksmith looked relieved. Sir, are you the resident? I am. This is my ex-girlfriend who moved out last week. I showed him my ID and lease. Natalie had neither. Ma'am, I can't help you, he said and left quickly. Natalie turned on me. I'm calling the police. Please do. I have video of you assaulting me, plus text showing you voluntarily left. This is harassment now. She called my bluff. The cops showed up 20 minutes later. Update 3. The officers listened to both sides. Natalie claimed illegal eviction. I showed them the lease, my name only, her text about staying with Steven, the video of her slapping me, the fact she'd already removed all her belongings. Ma'am, the older officer said, you have no legal claim to this apartment. You left voluntarily, you're not on the lease, and you've already collected your belongings. If you continue harassing this man, you'll be arrested for what? You assaulted him on camera. He could press charges right now. She looked at me with panic. I shrugged. I just want to be left alone. The officers made her leave. One pulled me aside. Get a restraining order. This type doesn't give up easy. He was right. Tuesday, she tried a new approach. Posted on social media about being suddenly homeless after 2 years with a narcissist. Tagged mutual friends. Posted pictures of us from happier times with captions about not knowing who someone really is. The comments were initially sympathetic until my buddy Jake commented, "Didn't you move in with Steven last week?" Natalie to help him for a whole week while in a relationship. The tide turned quickly. People started questioning her story. She deleted the post within hours. Wednesday brought the funniest development. Steven texted me. "Steven, bro, you need to take her back." Me? "No thanks. She's driving me crazy. If you're loving this wild tale of karma and drama, hit that like button and subscribe for more heart-pounding stories straight from real life. Your support means the world. She doesn't work, doesn't clean, just complains about you all day. Sounds like a you problem. This isn't funny. She's expecting me to pay for everything. She ordered $200 of sushi last night. Better upgrade that Hulu account. She likes to binge watch. Seriously, you wanted her? You got her. Enjoy. Thursday, exactly 1 week after she returned, the extinction burst happened. I was at work when security called me. Natalie was in the lobby of my building telling anyone who'd listened that I was an abuser who'd stolen her home. I came down with my phone recording. Natalie, you need to leave. This is my home. You moved out. You live with Steven now. That was temporary. So is this security. Please escort her out. As they removed her, she screamed, "You'll pay for this. I'll ruin you." That was enough. I went straight to the courthouse and filed for a restraining order. Included all the evidence, texts, videos, witness statements. Granted, temporarily, hearing set for next month. Update 4. The restraining order being served sent Natalie nuclear. She couldn't contact me directly, so she went after everything else. First, she tried to get me fired, called my HR department, claiming I was dangerous and unstable. They asked for evidence. She had none. Meanwhile, I had a paper trail of her harassment. HR ended up sending her a cease and desist letter. Next, she went after my reputation, created fake dating profiles with my photos and offensive bios. My brother found them and reported them all. We tracked the IP address, all created from Steven's apartment. More evidence for the permanent restraining order. Then came the financial warfare. She tried to access my credit cards. She'd memorized numbers from online shopping, caught immediately thanks to two-factor authentication. The attempted fraud just added to my legal case. Steven, meanwhile, was falling apart. He called me from a different number. I blocked his main one. "Please, man. You have to help me. She's insane. I told you not to contact me. She's destroying my apartment. She threw my PlayStation out the window. Sounds expensive. She's saying if I kick her out, she'll tell everyone I assaulted her. Wow, that sounds familiar. Almost like a pattern of behavior. What do? Get a lawyer, document everything, and maybe next time don't help steal someone else's girlfriend." He hung up. 2 weeks later, the permanent restraining order hearing arrived. Natalie showed up with her hair dyed black, wearing glasses I'd never seen, trying to look serious. She told the judge I'd made her homeless through manipulation and abuse. The judge asked for evidence. She had none. I had 247 threatening texts, video of assault, police reports, witness statements, proof of harassment at work, fake dating profiles, attempted credit card fraud. The judge granted a 2-year restraining order. Natalie started sobbing. "Your Honor, where am I supposed to live? That's not Mr. Ryan's concern, ma'am. You chose to leave his apartment. The consequences are yours to handle." Outside the courthouse, her mom was waiting. She looked exhausted. "Ryan," she said quietly, "I'm sorry. We didn't raise her to be like this." I just nodded and left. Update 5. Final 3 months have passed. Here's where everyone ended up. Natalie, last I heard through the grapevine. Steven kicked her out after she cheated on him with his roommate. She moved back with her parents at 29 years old. Posted about starting fresh and leaving toxic people behind before making her profiles private. Apparently working part-time at a juice bar now, since she got fired from her remote job for never actually working. Steven tried to reconnect with our friend group. Got shut down hard. Nobody wants to hang with the dude who enabled this whole mess. Moved to a studio apartment after his roommate left, still paying off the PlayStation. Natalie destroyed me. The apartment's never been better. Turned her former closet space into a home office. Actually started dating someone new. Met Anna at a bookstore. When I told her this story on our 3rd date, she said, "So, you're telling me you have strong boundaries in your own place? Marry me." We laughed, but honestly, she's pretty great. She has her own apartment, and we're taking things slow. The best part, she actively makes fun of people who use insecure as a manipulation tactic. Richard, Natalie's dad, actually reached out last month, invited me for a beer, told me Natalie's been in therapy, finally diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder. He said she's refusing treatment because the therapist doesn't understand her. "You got lucky," he said. "My wife and I have been dealing with this for 29 years. At least you got out after 2. The restraining order is still active. She tried to contact me once through a fake Instagram account, reported it, and she got a warning from the police. Haven't heard anything since." My brother summed it up best. She played a stupid game and won a stupid prize. Living run tray for 10 months, then throwing it away to play house with some dude for a week. That's next level dumb. Looking back, the red flags were everywhere. Never had her own place. Always lived with boyfriends or parents. Every ex was crazy or abusive. Constantly tested boundaries, then gaslit me when I pushed back. Zero financial responsibility, but expensive tastes. Used emotional manipulation like a weapon. The week with Steven wasn't the problem. It was the symptom of a much bigger issue. She genuinely believed she could do whatever she wanted, and I just accept it. She'd gotten away with it before, multiple times probably. Not this time. To anyone reading this in a similar situation, when someone tells you not to be insecure about obviously disrespectful behavior, They're telling you exactly who they are. Believe them and then protect yourself. Don't set yourself on fire to keep someone else warm, especially when they're already at someone else's house warming themselves by their fire. Oh, and always keep your apartment in your name only. That saved me from what could have been a legal nightmare. Peace out, Reddit. I'm going to go enjoy my drama-free life with reasonable people who understand boundaries. Edit. Since everyone's asking, yes, the slap video was crucial. Always have cameras in common areas, if legal in your state. That $50 hallway camera saved me thousands in potential legal fees. Edit 2. To the people saying I should have communicated better, I communicated fine. She just didn't like what I had to say. There's a difference between communication and compliance. She wanted compliance.